Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to show you how to do the Ohio Star block. Now that's a fun traditional block from a long time ago, but we're going to show you how to make those half square triangles. But we also have in our show notes Capi and Peter from Always in Stitches. Now their YouTube channel is going to be in the show notes below, so you gotta check those guys out. They're fun. It's just a fun voice in quilting, and I hope you tell them that when you go check them out, tell them that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Also, we have a Facebook group. We're making use of the rooms. We're having more fun than a barrel of monkeys, and it's all been a lot of interesting, vibrant, wonderful things that are being shared there. It's not just about quilting. Sometimes we'll throw in an odd recipe here and there or whatever. Now, the other thing I'm going to ask you to do, if you're not subscribed and you see what you like here, please share, like, and subscribe. Over half of you right now from our analytics aren't subscribed. So the more comments we get, the more likes we get, and the more shares we get, that YouTube pushes us up forward, and that would really help us out right now. Okay, so come on in, we'll show you how to do an Ohio Star. So here's the start of the layout. We have some sewing to do, and this is the quarter square triangle method that we're going to assemble them by. So I lay a stick across that has I call this my magic wand. So basically it's a little broken, but we've had issues with it. You're going to draw a line a quarter inch away from that center line on both sides of that ruler. Now, if you only have a regular ruler, you can do this, you know. So there it is. So that's going to be our sewing lines. That's going to help us make this block really quickly. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay them down right sides. Now I drew the other one already. Now you can see that line, right? You can see these lines? Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to sew. Now we're just going to sew inside here, right? On this, like right there and right there. Like, so we're not going to, so we're just going to go right down, and we're just going to kiss the edge of that line inside the lines we've drawn. I know that was different than what we had said on other things when we draw lines, but this is why. Your ruler that I drew with is a ½ inch, but it's on the inside, not the outside of that line. I'm going to get two more pieces, a little piece of fabric here to join up. Oh, let's join these two. They look good. They'll look good together. Yeah, I know, I make crumb blocks. I'm now mining my pinks for hexes, so this is, now we don't even have to clip them apart. Okay, now we want to go on the inside of this line. Just, we're talking like hair width away. That's getting muddled. There. So anyway, so we're talking to our husband, and we have agreed that we're going to do some speaking engagements that are free. The gills are all hurting right now when it comes to some of these sewing things that they're doing, and you know, the speech makers, and everybody's struggling. The memberships are down because of the pandemic. You know, people weren't going to quilt gills. It's starting to open up now a little bit, but the memberships are still down. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut right down the middle. So anyways, my husband and I agreed that we would tell people, and you go tell your guild members too, right? I mean that we are now doing this for free. So hopefully this will help all the gills with their troubles. Okay, so we have 4 triangles right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to press to the dark side. I'm going to take all these triangles and we're going to flip them over and I'm just finger pressing to the dark side. I'll give my block a real good press before. Oh, I should probably trim those weird little triangles off, shouldn't I? Now I trim deep. Now I go a little deeper than that. Most people tell you just to clip like this. I go a little deeper because you don't want to create bulk, and there's a lot of bulk all of a sudden sometimes in these blocks. And if you can avoid it by just trimming it a little bit deeper, that's good. And your quilt will lie flatter where all the intersections are. So anyway, so here we are. Trim a little deeper. And you still have 1/8 of the seam on there. So now we're going to press them open. Just finger press very quick. And do them all the same. There. Now the rule is I want to make these quarter square triangles 2.5 inches unfinished. So I cut my squares at 3 1/4, right? So by the time I get done all this, it's going to be fine. Now, how do I do this? I go like this. I go like this. Now the red is here and the white is here. So I'm lining them up this way. Now I'm going to just make sure they're nice and firm. They're firmly nested in the middle, because that's going to give me my nice sharp point. Now, I get my magic wand back out. Yeah, my magic wand took a tumble off the table and it's no longer square. But anyways, it works. It still works. Still works. It's still got magic. So now, I'm just going to go just like this. Oops. And I'm going to go just like this. So anyways, you need to cut a bigger square in order to make these. Some people just prefer to make them with 4 triangles, right? Because then they can change the color, the inner color or something like that. That, you know, that if that's what you want to do, that's fine. And with these, you just want to make sure you line it up the best you can. And there we go. There. Get that marked and that marked. Okay, so let's get this done. I'll put all that away. And these, I always think this is just like a magic trick. So anyways, I'm sewing inside those 2 lines, just kissing the line, you know. And I'm making sure I've got good nesting before I start. There we go. We're good. Everything's good. When you do it this way, your quarter square triangles, those just end up matching just absolutely perfect. There's no wobbling, no nothing. And another little piece just to run it through. Yeah, so I do have a couple of speaking engagements and already, and it's been nice. I've gotten some very positive feedback, and I have met some really lovely people. I've chatted with really lovely people. I can't believe how nice some of these people are. Okay, here we go. Now we've got our 2. So we're gonna just run another little piece through. Here we go. Now I would take the time to square these up, right? Once I cut them apart, like I'm going to cut them apart right now, and I would take the time to square these up because it's important that they be at least the right size. And okay, so this is what this looks like. Now I'm going to break open that middle just like this. Pop open that middle just like that. And I have my stitch length sewn up a little bit tighter. So that's what it's going to look like. Right? Now I better clip my corners again so I don't end up with a bunch of stuff. Okay. And now I am not sure how close. These are pretty close, so we're talking like trimming threads away, right? So, and I will do that here just as soon as I get everything popped open. Now see this, the seams look like this. When you open them up, if you're confused as to which way to pull it, half the seams are already spinning this way. So what you want is this seam to go in the same direction, and this seam to go. So that's how you're pulling them apart. Okay. And one more time. Here. You just pop them open like that. And because you've taken your time now to nest them, all your points are just perfect. Just perfect. Okay, so let me cut away here, and I'm going to make sure I got them all nicely trimmed up, because they're looking pretty good. They look like all of the seams are in good spot, so that's good. I'll be right back as soon as I finish trimming. Okay, Ohio Stars, you can lay them out like this, or you can lay them out like this. And this is where people put in a third color, you know, here, to make the block inside pop. That's entirely up to you. Now, what happened is these finished a little shy because my 1/4 inch was a little too chubby, so it needed it needed to eat a salad instead of a hamburger. So I'm going to work with it the best I can and try and make this work. I'm just going to change feet yet again because wow. They are easy. Once you figure it out. Mine ended up just a little on the chubby side. I'm sure it's got to do with anyways, you want to make sure that outside edge matches. Okay? And this is kind of center the middle one, because there's just a hair. We're talking like a thread or two short. That's it. That's all we're talking. So you want to make sure, like this is the outside edge. So you want to make sure this matches, right? Okay. This lines up. This seam lines up. Okay. So I'm just webbing the block just to make sure that everything goes through really good, nice and easy. And I gotta figure out which way I'm going on that little square. And now I'm going to take this off and web the other direction. So I want to take my thing back. If you're not sure how to do webbing, this is the perfect way to do it. You take the block back and you put them like this, and now you know exactly where you are on the block. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to match up that line. Oh, come on. And it's not going. Okay, there it is. There it is. It'll go. And we want that. You kind of center this one a bit. You know, the best you can. And when something's a little shy like this, you know, you can still work with it. You just have to make sure where your outside edges are and make sure that lines up first. Okay. There we go. Get this and this together. Yeah. And now you sew it this way. Now I want the blue to go in. So I want these to go out, because it's going to lie flatter that way. Okay, just like that. And I'm lining up that outside edge. Okay, now I'm going to just get rid of my webbing here for this, just so I can maneuver it so it nests nicely. And I want to make sure I got my point. Yes, I did. And I want to make sure, there, I get here. And I make my point. Nest it nice. And I'm going to see if I can't line this up. Yes, I did. There we go. Nice. It all lined up good. That's a good news. The good news today is it all lined up good. And clip off our little leader ender crumb project. Okay. So I'm just going to flip this out of the way for now. And there. The yellow mix is just on the edge of, not quite a neutral, but it works as a neutral. So I decided to throw it in. I've got some good graphics, good contrast here. So I decided, okay, there we go. I had to wiggle a little bit to get my point. Hang on. There we go. I had to wiggle a little bit more. Just sometimes you have to wiggle and steer. Okay, now, there. Now this block is going to measure 6.5 inches unfinished and 6-inch finished. Okay, here we go. I put another block through, a little crumb block through. There. And before we go anywhere, I'm going to just break these, so because you want those seams to pop open and roll over, just so that you get a nice flat center. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like a little bit here. This goes in, that goes out, this goes in, there. This goes in, out, in. And now it will lie flatter once you iron it. Okay, I'm just doing finger press. So now we go to our ta-da moment. So this is our cute little Ohio star. Again, I haven't even had a chance to iron it. I wanted to show it to you so badly. I just think this is such a cute little guy to show you. Now, my quarter square triangles ended up a little shy, but because I matched this edge, made sure when I was sewing it together to match these outside edges, you don't see it. You don't see it at all, because I mean, it doesn't, the feed dogs were able to, you know, ease in the bigger pieces, and it just worked out fine. Don't worry about it. You know, sometimes if you're like a thread or two short, it's fine. Just give it a pass. Just make it work. It'll be good. And it does look cute when it's all done. So I do hope you give this one a try. I have made probably like 100 of these blocks just from the ends that you cut off of, you know, when you're doing binding and you're laying your binding like this and you cut off these edges. I've had all sorts of little triangles where I've pieced them together in this configuration, and I've made blocks that way, and they look great. So it's whatever you're going to try. So I hope you have an awesome week ahead, and until we see each other again, take care. Bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our quilting journey and the YouTube adventure that we're on. We have some wonderful plans for 2023. And it includes a lot more, like with the Facebook group and the rooms feature and sewing and hanging out with people. Those monthly Zoom sew dates are still in the works. We have a lot of fun ideas coming up for 2023. And we hope you share, like, and subscribe with your friends. That little notification button and subscribing to us really helps us out. Commenting helps us out too. So if you like what you're seeing, let us know. Even send us a heart on the comment. That helps so much for us. Okay, you have an absolutely fabulous 2023, and all of our best wishes for you in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.